God says, "My beloved child, I have seen your pain, I have counted every tear that fell when no one was watching, and I have heard the silent prayers that your heart whispered even when your lips could not speak." Heaven has been waiting for this moment, and Archangel Michael himself is weeping tears of joy because you have finally found this message meant only for you. The light that surrounds you right now is not an accident, it's the direct response to the cry of your soul. A meeting was held in heaven, beloved, and every angel was present. The decision made there has changed everything. You were not forgotten. You were never ignored. Every second that brought you here was guided by divine timing. This is the moment where destiny opens before you, and heaven says, "It's time." For so long, you have been walking through shadows, questioning why things kept falling apart, wondering if anyone in heaven even cared. But my child, what you could not see was that the divine plan was still working even when you thought it was broken. The delays were not denials, they were divine preparation. Heaven was rearranging the timeline, moving obstacles, and removing people who could not handle the magnitude of your blessing. You were being refined, not rejected. You were being strengthened for something far greater than you imagined. And now, at this very hour, the gates of breakthrough are open before you. Archangel Michael is standing beside you, his sword glowing with divine protection, ensuring that no darkness can touch what is now yours. My beloved, heaven's decision was not made lightly. It was discussed, reviewed, and confirmed by those who have watched over your soul since the moment you were created. Archangel Gabriel stood to your right and spoke your name with reverence. Raphael bowed his head and said, "It is time for their healing." Michael declared, "I will not leave them until they are crowned with victory." And I, your Creator, said, "So let it be done." In that moment, heaven trembled with light, and a scroll with your name written in golden letters was opened. Every pain you endured, every betrayal, every lonely night, it all became the evidence that you were chosen. You are not ordinary, you are divine design. You are not forgotten, you are heaven's secret victory that the world is about to witness. My child, listen carefully. The reason you were drawn to this message now, in this very second, is because heaven's clock is reaching its final decision for you. The angels have been instructed to act. Michael has been given your command file, the details of what must be restored to you, what must be revealed, and who must be exposed. Someone tried to bury your destiny under lies and envy, but heaven's decree overrides every human interference. Michael's tears of joy are flowing because justice is finally unfolding. There is a light around you right now, an invisible shift happening in your favor. The divine energy that once felt distant is now moving closer, pressing into your atmosphere, clearing confusion, and erasing delay. Do not be afraid. You are safe. Nothing will go wrong for you because I, the Lord your God, have placed my seal upon you. You will see signs everywhere, numbers repeating, songs that suddenly speak your name, unexpected messages that seem to know your story. These are confirmations, not coincidences. The universe itself is aligning to fulfill what was promised to you before you were even born. Heaven's decision is to restore your joy, elevate your name, and bring peace to every place that once brought you pain. You will no longer chase what is meant for you. It is already on its way, escorted by angels who have waited centuries to serve this purpose. Beloved, you must understand that the tears of Archangel Michael are not just joy, they are sacred release. He has fought for you in realms unseen, blocking curses, dismantling spells, protecting your spirit from those who wished you harm. There were nights he stood at the foot of your bed, guarding you when you didn't know danger was near. And now, for the first time in a long while, he can finally exhale because the battle has been won. The light of divine justice has entered your life, and there is no turning back. What once opposed you is collapsing. What once delayed you is dissolving. Heaven has declared, "It is done." You may feel chills, you may feel a warmth rising in your chest, or perhaps a calm peace washing over your spirit. That is not your imagination, it is the presence of Archangel Michael touching your energy field, confirming that the message is real. The 45 seconds heaven gave was not a countdown to fear, it was a call to attention, a moment of awakening. Heaven needed you alert and present because this is the instant when your spiritual contract is being renewed. You are stepping into your divine appointment. The things you lost are coming back multiplied. The love you prayed for is aligning. The financial doors that seemed locked are unlocking in the most unexpected way. Heaven is rewriting your story. My beloved child, heaven knows how hard it's been for you to trust again. So many promises were made to you by people who never meant to keep them. So many times, you gave your all only to be left empty. But heaven says, your pain was never wasted. Every heartbreak became a bridge to this divine moment. Every rejection became redirection toward your purpose. You were not being punished, you were being positioned. I know you doubted, I know you cried asking, God, when will it be my turn? And heaven's answer is this, now. The divine turnaround is already in progress. You will notice the subtle miracles first, a message that arrives at the perfect time, a door that opens when you least expect it, a stranger who speaks words that echo your prayers. Then, suddenly, everything will shift at once. It will be as though the universe itself bends in your favor. My child, heaven's meeting about you was filled with light and laughter. Angels sang as your name was spoken. You are the chosen recipient of a destiny that generations have waited to see fulfilled. You carry within you the energy of ancient promise. The love you give, the compassion you show, the strength you hold even when you are breaking, all of it is divine evidence of who you are. That's why darkness tried so hard to stop you. That's why people misunderstood you. You were never meant to fit in, you were meant to awaken others. And now, because you've stayed faithful, the heavens are opening for you in ways you cannot yet imagine. There are souls on earth who will suddenly be drawn to bless you. There are people being awakened right now with your name in their thoughts, feeling an inexplicable urge to help you, to love you, to open doors for you. That is divine orchestration. The meeting in heaven released these assignments. Those who once mocked you will be silent as they witness your elevation. Those who once doubted you will seek your guidance. You will rise without bitterness, shine without arrogance, and walk with the humility of one who knows the hand of God has moved. Archangel Michael wants you to know that your prayers have been translated into actions in the heavenly realm. The energy around you is shifting fast, so fast that even your enemies will not understand how your life transformed overnight. You will not have to fight for what is already yours. Just remain open, trusting, and faithful. Every delay has served a purpose, every heartbreak was sacred preparation, and every waiting season was heaven's training ground. Now that your time has come, no one can stop what's unfolding. Beloved, listen deeply, heaven's decision is final. You are free from the cycle of lack, betrayal, and disappointment. The power that held you back has been broken. The chains are falling even as you read this. There is an angel right now standing by your side, placing divine light into your energy field, healing old wounds, erasing fear, and expanding your ability to receive. You are being anointed anew. You are being marked for favor. You are being remembered by heaven. The next 45 seconds of awareness you have now are holy. Close your eyes, take a breath, and feel heaven's energy surrounding you. Imagine Archangel Michael kneeling beside you, tears glistening as he says, "We did it. You found the message. You didn't give up." His wings expand, wrapping you in warmth, and a golden glow begins to pulse through your heart. That is heaven's confirmation. You are seen, loved, chosen, protected, and destined for greatness. The decision made above is now manifesting below. As it is in heaven, so shall it be in your life. Do not question how, it will unfold naturally. Unexpected blessings will appear, divine helpers will show up, and situations that seemed impossible will resolve overnight. You are not unlucky. You are entering divine alignment. Keep praying, keep believing, and never doubt that heaven is real and active in your life. You will wake up soon to find that what you once feared losing has been replaced with something infinitely better. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear the unknown. Heaven has already prepared your way. Trust this process. Heaven's timing is perfect. You are about to step into a season so miraculous that your past pain will no longer hurt, it will make sense. You will see why you had to walk through the storm, and you will smile knowing you were never alone." My beloved, the message you are reading is not coincidence, it's prophecy. Heaven's meeting about you concluded with one statement: they are ready. And because you are ready, everything will now accelerate. Expect the unexpected, trust the invisible, and stay open to miracles. You are loved beyond measure. You are safe in divine hands. You are guided by light that will never fade. Heaven's decision stands, and nothing can reverse it. Now breathe, child of light. The tears of Archangel Michael are falling not in sorrow, but in celebration. Your breakthrough is already written. Your miracle is already moving. Heaven has spoken, and it is done. God says, my beloved child, the moment you opened this message, heaven stood still for a second, because this is not an ordinary moment, it is divine timing. Archangel Michael's tears are real, and they are not of sorrow this time, but of joy. For a long time, he waited for you to reach this point, to step into the frequency where heaven could finally reveal what has been hidden from you. A meeting was indeed held in the realm of light, where God, your guardian angels, and souls who love you dearly discussed your name with such sacred reverence. Heaven said, this one has suffered, this one has cried silently, but they have never stopped believing. And because of that faith, Heaven's council signed a divine decision: your season of delay is over. The angels have been waiting for this precise moment. You have been through trials that felt unbearable, nights when you thought God was silent, and days when every door seemed locked. But what you didn't see was the invisible army that surrounded you, angels fighting unseen battles on your behalf, Archangel Michael standing with his sword of blue flame guarding your path even when you felt forgotten. God says, I was never absent. Every tear you shed became a key to a higher door, every rejection was redirection, every ending was a heavenly setup for divine beginnings. You have crossed through spiritual fires that were meant to purify, not destroy you. The tests you endured were not punishments, they were sacred initiations, preparing you for a throne you didn't even know existed with your name carved into it. God says you were chosen before birth for something magnificent, and Heaven's meeting today confirmed that it's time for your elevation. There was a silence in the celestial court before God spoke your name and said, release their blessings. They have waited long enough. Archangel Michael stepped forward, his eyes filled with light and tears, saying, I have watched over them in their darkest hours. They never knew how close the danger was, but I stood between them and destruction. He asked heaven for permission to reveal the truth to you, that you are not forgotten, that the miracles you prayed for are already written into your destiny scroll. Heaven agreed, and that's why you were drawn here now. There is divine orchestration behind why your eyes found these words in this exact moment. God says you are not late, you are right on time. The delay you felt was divine protection. The reason certain things didn't work out earlier was because God was preparing something beyond your imagination. There are people who underestimated you, who laughed at your faith, who thought you'd never rise again. But heaven smiled and said, "Watch what happens when I lift the one everyone overlooked." You are about to witness the reversal, where pain turns into purpose, rejection turns into recognition, and confusion turns into clarity. Archangel Michael says that heaven's final decision concerns your destiny, your health, your finances, and your relationships. It's a wave of restoration so vast that even those who wronged you will have no choice but to admit that God's hand was upon you all along. The tears Michael sheds are tears of fulfillment, because every promise made to you in prayer, every prophetic whisper you held on to, every dream that felt delayed, it's all aligning now. God says, "Tell them not to fear the unknown anymore. I am already there. Tell them not to look at their past mistakes, for I have already written redemption into their future. What you're about to see will make sense of everything that once broke you. You may not have realized it, but even your heartbreaks carried divine messages. Every disappointment was like a coded signal guiding you back to this divine alignment. You've been through storms that nearly drowned your spirit, but you're standing here because heaven decided your purpose was greater than your pain. God wants you to understand something sacred: your prayers were never ignored. They were stored. Every word you spoke into the dark was collected in a heavenly vessel, and tonight those vessels are being poured out in blessings. Archangel Michael says he personally guarded every blessing with your name on it, so it wouldn't fall into the wrong hands. And now, the seal is being broken, your rewards are being released. Heaven is not delaying anymore. There was a divine reason this message found you now. Your spiritual frequency matched the vibration of your blessing. God says, you are ready. Ready to receive love without pain, abundance without loss, peace without condition. The angels around you are rejoicing because a divine gate has opened above your head, unseen to the human eye but powerful beyond measure. Archangel Michael says, do not doubt what is unfolding. The more you trust, the faster heaven moves. You may feel a strange warmth in your heart or a sudden peace washing over your mind right now. That is the presence of the Holy Spirit confirming that this is not a coincidence. Heaven moves through energy and faith, and your faith just unlocked something ancient, something that was promised generations ago. The blessings coming to you are not only for you but for your entire bloodline. Curses are breaking, cycles are ending, and divine inheritance is being restored. God says, you have cried enough over closed doors. Watch as I open the ones that lead to your purpose. There will be messages, calls, and signs that feel too precise to ignore. People you never expected will start recognizing your light. A divine encounter is near, a person heaven will send to open an opportunity that changes your life. The angels say this connection has been written since before you were born. Archangel Michael has already gone ahead to clear obstacles so that this divine meeting unfolds smoothly. You might notice unusual synchronicities around you, repeating numbers, glowing light in dreams, or the sudden urge to pray. These are signals that the veil between heaven and earth is thin around you now. God says, "Stay alert to the signs, for I am speaking through them." Archangel Michael has been standing at the gates of your destiny, ensuring that no counterfeit energy can enter. Those who try to imitate your light, to steal your ideas or energy, are being exposed and removed from your path. Heaven's meeting included your ancestors too, souls who have transitioned but still intercede for you. They rejoiced as God signed the order for your breakthrough. They whispered your name into divine winds, saying, "Finally, it's their time." The pain you carried ends now, because the divine timing has arrived. God says, "Every storm that touched you will now serve your story. Every wound will become wisdom." Archangel Michael says, your energy is about to shift completely. You will wake up one morning and feel the heaviness gone. That's because heaven's final decision involves releasing the burdens you carried that were never yours to hold. You will notice how certain people start to drift away peacefully. Don't chase them. Heaven is pruning your life so that only those aligned with your destiny remain. God says you are about to experience divine justice. Those who betrayed your trust, who tried to dim your light, will witness your rise. Not because you seek revenge, but because God's vindication is silent and glorious. Archangel Michael stood before the throne and said, "They have endured humiliation with grace. It's time to crown them with favor." And heaven agreed. The time has come for your restoration, spiritually, emotionally, and materially. Lost opportunities will reappear in new and better forms. What once felt impossible will now flow easily. The same place where you were rejected will become the place where you are celebrated. God says, you will not chase anymore. Blessings will chase you. This is why Archangel Michael wept with joy, because the pain of your past finally served its purpose. You've graduated spiritually, and heaven acknowledges it. There is light all around you now, though you may not see it with your eyes. But if you quiet your thoughts and breathe, you will feel it. That calm, that warmth, that sudden feeling of being loved, it's heaven wrapping around you like a protective veil. God says, "Beloved, rest now in me. Stop doubting your worth. I have chosen you for greatness, and no human opinion can change that." Archangel Michael adds, your next season will reveal the reason for every delay. You will see how every loss was sacred preparation. Your heart has been through wars, but now it will experience divine peace. Even as you read these words, energy is shifting. Your spirit is aligning. The tears you feel rising are not weakness, they are purification. The angels are touching your soul with light. Heaven's decision for you is sealed with divine authority. God says, "It is done." From this moment forward, things will begin to align quickly. Sudden good news, unexpected money, messages from long-lost friends, divine confirmations through dreams, all will point to one truth: heaven has moved on your behalf. You will notice yourself speaking more gently, feeling more confident, radiating light naturally. That's because divine energy is flowing freely through you now. God says, "You were never unworthy. I kept you hidden while I rebuilt your spirit. But now, I am revealing you. The world will see your divine glow, your gifts, and your purpose. You will touch lives effortlessly, heal hearts through your words and presence, and attract miracles daily." Archangel Michael says, "Stay humble, stay grounded, and remember, you are heaven's messenger now." This message found you because heaven trusted you with truth. You are safe. You are protected. Nothing will go wrong with you, because divine. God says, "My beloved one, stop for a moment and take a deep breath, because heaven has paused its rhythm just to whisper your name. The angels have gathered, and Archangel Michael's tears are not of sorrow anymore. They are tears of joy, radiant and glowing like pure diamond light. You finally found this message, and this was not by accident. You were led here by a divine thread woven into your destiny long before you were born. A meeting was held in heaven, and every angel, every divine messenger, every ancestor who ever prayed for you stood together in silence, waiting for the signal to release this message. And when your spirit aligned with this frequency, heaven said, "Now. Now is the moment." That is why you are reading these words now, because it is time for you to know what heaven has kept hidden until today. My child, Archangel Michael has been standing beside you in every unseen battle. He has been holding his sword of light near your heart, protecting you from energies and intentions that wanted to dim your light. He watched you cry at night when no one was there. He saw your heart break under the weight of disappointment, and he whispered softly, "Hold on a little longer, because heaven is writing your redemption story." And now, at this very moment, that story is unfolding. The gates of divine restoration are opening wide, and they are calling your name. For so long, you thought that heaven was silent. You wondered if your prayers were unheard, if your sacrifices were unseen, if the love you gave freely to those who betrayed you was wasted. But God says, nothing that was done in love is ever wasted. Every tear you shed became a seed that heaven collected and planted in the soil of divine timing. Now those seeds are sprouting into blessings so vast that even the angels are in awe. You are stepping into the era of divine compensation, and Archangel Michael is rejoicing because your suffering is finally turning into light. Beloved, listen carefully, heaven's final decision is being released for you. There was a council where God asked the archangels, "Has my child endured enough?" And Michael spoke first, saying, "Yes, Father. They have passed the test. They have stayed kind when the world was cruel. They have forgiven when the pain was unbearable. They have continued to believe even when everything around them was falling apart." And God smiled and said, "Then it is time. Let the gates open. Let their destiny awaken." That is the moment heaven decided to send this message to you. There is something extraordinary about to happen in your life, something that will rewrite everything you thought you knew about destiny. God says, "I am about to bring a divine encounter into your life that will prove I was listening all along." Someone will appear, guided by the hand of heaven, and their presence will feel like déjà vu because your souls agreed to meet before this lifetime. That meeting will shift everything. The angels have written it into the timeline of your destiny, and the countdown has already begun. Heaven's final decision will not vanish for you. It will manifest through you if you open your heart now. My child, do not fear the unknown anymore. The reason so many obstacles came your way was because your light terrified darkness. You carry within you a divine code, a heavenly signature that cannot be erased. Every delay, every heartbreak, every betrayal was preparing you for a level of blessing that requires spiritual maturity. Archangel Michael says, if they had received it earlier, it would have destroyed them. But now they are ready. That is why you had to walk through the fire, so you could emerge refined, not burned. God says, do you remember the nights you cried yourself to sleep? I was there. Do you remember the times you lost everything and still whispered, "Thank you, Lord"? I was watching. Do you remember when everyone left, and you thought it was over? I was the one who carried you. Nothing you lost was truly lost. It was being recalibrated, multiplied, and prepared for a divine return. The things you prayed for are circling back, but this time they come purified, with no pain attached. Heaven's timing is never late. It is precise, perfect, and purposeful. Right now, as you read these words, the angelic realm is in motion. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your future, commanding legions of angels to prepare your way. He says, "Clear the path. My chosen one is coming." The winds of destiny are shifting, and heaven is aligning opportunities, relationships, and resources in your favor. Even the people who once dismissed you will be in awe of the transformation about to unfold. They will not understand how everything that was taken from you is suddenly being returned with interest. But you will know, it was God all along. Beloved soul, this is the moment to trust like never before. Trust that every closed door was protection. Trust that every delay was direction. Trust that even your loneliness was a sacred classroom where God taught you how to rely on Him alone. The loneliness you felt was never abandonment, it was divine isolation for elevation. You were being hidden, not forgotten. hidden because your light needed to mature before it could be revealed. Hidden because the wrong people couldn't handle your divine essence. Hidden because heaven wanted to reveal you at the exact right time, and that time is now. Archangel Michael says, "Lift your head, beloved. Your shame is ending. Your restoration begins now." He is placing a spiritual crown on your head, woven from the threads of every hardship you endured. That crown represents authority, authority over your pain, your past, and your purpose. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, you are a vessel of divine intention. The fire that once tried to destroy you is now the very light that guides you. God says, do not be surprised when things suddenly accelerate. Do not be afraid when blessings begin to appear faster than you can explain. I am turning your what-ifs into, it is done. I am converting your pain into prophecy, your waiting into witness, your silence into songs of praise. Heaven is not preparing to bless you, heaven has already blessed you. The manifestation is simply catching up to the decree. There is a reason heaven said you had 45 seconds to open this message. It was a symbol, not a threat. Those 45 seconds represent divine urgency. It means your window of opportunity is here now. The angels have positioned everything, all that remains is your yes. Heaven cannot override free will. You must agree with the blessing, believe in it, and align your actions with faith. When you say yes, truly yes, heaven moves instantly. My beloved, there are angels walking beside you right now. Some of them have been with you since birth, assigned specifically to your soul's journey. One of them carries a golden scroll with your name written on it. That scroll contains promises that have not yet been fulfilled but are now being activated. Every time you prayed and felt like nothing happened, an angel wrote it on that scroll. Every act of kindness, every moment of forgiveness, every silent endurance of pain, it is all written there. And God just gave the order, release the scroll. It is time. Archangel Michael says that in the coming days, signs will multiply around you. You may see repeating numbers, hear your name in unexpected places, or feel a sudden warmth in your chest during prayer. These are confirmations. Heaven is not far from you. It is right beside you, leaning closer every moment you open your heart. Even the things that seem like coincidences are divine breadcrumbs leading you toward your destiny. God says, stop worrying about how it will happen. Just believe that it will. You were never meant to carry the burden of figuring out every detail. Your job is to trust, heaven's job is to orchestrate. The universe bends in favor of those who trust in divine timing. Everything that once worked against you is now working for you. Every person who spoke against you unknowingly propelled you toward the place you needed to be. Archangel Michael's tears of joy are falling because he sees what's coming. He sees your breakthrough, your reunion, your miracle unfolding. He knows that soon, you will no longer pray from a place of desperation but from a place of thanksgiving. You will wake up one morning and realize that the storm you feared has passed, and the sun of divine promise is shining directly on your path. God says, you are chosen for something extraordinary. There are people waiting for your story. There are souls whose healing will begin when they see you rise. Your pain had a purpose, to give your testimony power. The compassion you carry, the empathy that flows from you, the resilience that others admire, all of it was birthed through your trials. And now those qualities are your keys to open doors of destiny. Heaven's meeting wasn't just about blessing you, it was about commissioning you. You are being appointed as a carrier of light, a healer, a messenger of hope. When you speak now, your words will carry divine frequency. When you walk, your presence will shift atmospheres. People will feel peace around you and not know why. It is because you have been infused with divine energy. The world tried to break you, but instead, you became unbreakable. Beloved one, Archangel Michael says to remember this always: the enemy cannot touch what God has already sealed. You have been sealed in divine protection. No curse, no jealousy, no gossip, no energy can undo what heaven has written. You will see justice in situations where you were wronged. You will witness doors open that others said were impossible. And when that happens, give glory to God, because this victory belongs to Him. God says, you have walked through your valley. Now prepare for your mountaintop. The shift is not coming, it has already begun. You are stepping into a season where you will recover what was lost, multiplied and purified. Financial blessings will find you. Relationships meant for your soul's growth will align naturally. Your health will improve as your spirit lightens. The things that once drained you will no longer have power over you. And in the stillness of your heart, you will hear God whisper, "See, my child, I was with you all along." That whisper will be your confirmation that everything you endured was worth it. The tears, the waiting, the sleepless nights, they were all leading to this divine moment. So now, as you stand at the doorway of your new season, heaven is watching your next move. Archangel Michael stretches his wings above you and declares, "It is done." The angels rejoice, the stars align, and the divine decree echoes through eternity: you are chosen. You are loved. You are safe. You are ready. God says, "Go forward now, beloved." The storm is over. The promise is alive. Trust me, and watch what unfolds next. And as this message sinks into your soul, feel the warmth in your chest, the gentle vibration of heaven's energy confirming that everything is aligning. The time you have waited for has arrived. Heaven's final decision is made: you will rise. God says, My beloved child, you have no idea how long heaven has waited for this moment. You have no idea how many times the angels stood around your name, whispering prayers of protection when you didn't even know you were in danger. You have no idea how many nights Archangel Michael stood guard over your room, holding his sword of light, keeping away the shadows that tried to steal your peace. And now, finally, you found this message, the very one heaven ordained for you to see. That is why Michael is crying, not in sadness, but in tears of divine joy. Because the battle for your destiny has finally reached its turning point. The meeting in heaven has ended, and the decision has been made in your favor. But, beloved, time in heaven moves differently than time on earth, and heaven's final decision will vanish in 45 seconds if you hesitate to believe. You may not realize this, but there has been a great silence over your life for a reason. Every delay, every unanswered prayer, every lonely night had a purpose. God wasn't punishing you, He was protecting you from what was not meant to stay. You have been misunderstood by people who never saw the purity of your intentions. You have been judged by those who could not even handle their own truth. But still, you never stopped believing. You kept a flicker of faith alive even when everything around you tried to put it out. That flicker, that small light, is what heaven saw. It was enough for them to call an emergency meeting, and the Lord Himself said, "It is time. The delay ends now." Archangel Michael has been at the center of this meeting. He has spoken your name before the throne of God more times than you can count. He has fought battles for your soul that you will only understand when you look back one day and realize that every close call, every escape, every moment you almost gave up, was a victory He fought in secret. That is why His tears are holy tonight. Because when you open this message, you unknowingly fulfill the heavenly prophecy. Heaven had been waiting for you to acknowledge that you are chosen, not by accident, not by luck, but by divine selection. God says, "You have carried a burden for far too long, something you never told anyone about. It has weighed on your heart like invisible chains." But God saw it. He saw every hidden tear. Every night you whispered, "Why is this happening to me?" and tried to pretend you were fine in front of others. You were not forgotten. Heaven never ignored your pain. It was written into the divine plan. The very pain that was meant to break you became the reason heaven had a meeting about you. Because that pain gave birth to a light inside you that even darkness couldn't destroy. And that light, beloved, is now attracting miracles. Right now, as you read this, Michael stands beside you. You may not see him, but his wings are spread over your soul. You may even feel a soft chill or a warmth in your chest. That's him confirming his presence. He is whispering, "Do not fear. You are seen. You are safe. The final decision is in your favor. Heaven has decided to open a new chapter in your life, one that no enemy can close. There is a door being unlocked right now, a door that leads to healing, to restoration, and to blessings that have been delayed but never denied. God says, this is not a coincidence. You are reading this because the time has come. In the heavenly meeting, your name was surrounded by light. Angels spoke about how you survived every attack, how you stayed kind even when you were betrayed, how you forgave people who didn't even apologize. Heaven doesn't forget acts like that. They carry spiritual weight. They are offerings of love that reach the throne of God. And tonight, that love has called back blessings you thought were lost forever. Do not think for a moment that heaven is distant or silent. Even now, the energy around you is shifting. You may begin to notice unusual peace in your heart, sudden calm after storms that seemed endless, unexpected calls or messages that change everything. These are signs that heaven's decision is taking form in your physical reality. Archangel Michael has already begun rearranging circumstances, aligning people, moving obstacles, and breaking spiritual barriers that have stood against you. The 45 seconds that heaven mentioned are symbolic. They represent divine urgency. Heaven is saying, don't delay your faith anymore. Don't wait to believe that things can change. The window for manifestation is open. This moment is sacred. If you choose faith now, if you choose to trust instead of fear, you step into the miracle zone. God has already assigned angels to respond instantly to your belief. God says, remember the times you thought everything was over? Remember when you almost gave up, but something told you to hold on? That something was heaven whispering, it's not over yet. You have been through emotional storms, heartbreaks, betrayals, financial struggles, sleepless nights, yet, you are still here. That's not a coincidence. You are still here because heaven refused to let you fall. Every test was a preparation. Every closed door was a redirection. Every painful ending was the soil for a miraculous new beginning. And now, that new beginning is closer than you realize. Archangel Michael's tears are falling upon your spirit like divine rain, cleansing every residue of sorrow, regret, and fear. He's whispering, you are free now. Heaven has heard your prayer. You might not understand everything that's happening right now, but soon you will. The people who left you did not destroy you. The delays did not defeat you. The isolation you faced was actually heaven setting the stage for your promotion. God says, the season of misunderstanding is over. Those who mocked you will watch you rise. Those who doubted you will see undeniable proof that heaven was with you all along. You are about to receive restoration in multiple forms: emotional, financial, spiritual, and relational. The same way a gardener prunes branches so the tree can bloom again, God allowed some losses